Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Johnny Davis, and I'm the author of I'm Still Here From Heart Failure to Heart of a Champion. And today I want to share some powerful information with you. I had an opportunity to share on the Black CEO Morning Show earlier today, in which I talked a little bit about my book, and I also shared with you my personal philosophy. As you can see here on my shirt, I wear this all the time. Well, not this particular shirt. I have other shirts with this philosophy written on it as well. But it's a reminder for me to stay focused on all the things that I need to be doing on a daily basis. And as you can see here, it simply says, if it does not evolve you, it should not involve you. And I want to share with you exactly how I came to this revelation. And I want to take you guys back on the journey with me back to December 24th of 2012. On that particular night at 3 o'clock in the morning, I suffered sudden cardiac arrest in which my heart stopped for over 16 minutes and I was literally dead. I was clinically dead for over 16 minutes. I had no pulse. I had no oxygen to my brain. It appeared as though at age 40 that I lost my battle, my long-term battle with heart failure and heart disease. Now, heart stopped for over 16 minutes. I was totally oblivious to any and everything that transpired up to that point because I don't even remember anything about the sudden cardiac arrest. The only reason I'm able to share this story right now on this video is because this story was told to me 1,000 times, if not more, by my wife. All I can tell you is this. On Christmas Day, they told my wife that I wasn't going to make it. And if I did, I was going to be a vegetable because there was too much time that elapsed without me having any oxygen to the brain. So all of you out there, if you're watching this, if you know anything about oxygen deprivation to the brain, you know that anything longer than 4 minutes, you're talking about permanent brain damage. And so there was a period of over 16 minutes with no oxygen to the brain. So they're preparing my wife to be my caregiver. They're saying, if your husband survives this, the likelihood of him being the same person that you knew before is slim to none. Are you hearing us? Is this resonating with you? Or do you understand what we're saying? And my wife rejected all of that. And she prayed for her Christmas miracle along with millions of people around the world, literally millions of people, unbeknownst to me around the world that were praying for my recovery, for me to come out of this coma with a sound mind and body. And miraculously, 11:53 on Christmas night, after being in a coma for 2 days, I came out of my coma and I had no brain damage. And while I was recovering, I spent the next several days in the hospital recovering. And I really started to think about everything that transpired in my life, all the success that I had, all the things that I did as far as business was concerned. But I started to also think about all the things I hadn't done yet. You know, we had just gotten married. My wife and I, we were entering, that was our second year of marriage. We hadn't had any children. There's just a lot of things that we just hadn't done together. And there was so much more in my life that, I needed to do and I wanted to do. And I really became focused and I really became very, very clear on what it was that I was going to do with my second chance at living. It was as if everything up to that point, it was like the warm up, if you will. It was like, you had some success, but you didn't really have all the success that you could have. You know, you helped some people, but you didn't really help as many people as you really could have. I mean, you were kind of skating along and you were getting by on your talent, but you weren't really just maxing it out, going all in, going all out every single day, just giving it your absolute best. And going through that situation, it was a wake-up call for me. First of all, I was blessed because only 5% of sudden cardiac arrest victims survive. And I was blessed to be one of the 5% with no brain damage. To have the ability to be able to write out my game plan for my life was a miracle in and of itself. But that's exactly what I did while I was in the hospital. I wrote out my game plan and I wrote out my vision for my life. And I thought about all the things that I wanted to do and all the things that really gave me life when I thought about it. And all the people that I wanted to help and all the lives that I wanted to positively impact and transform. And that's when I came up with the mantra that if it doesn't evolve me, it will not involve me. And so living by this philosophy, what it enables me to do is remain 100% crystal clear and focused on everything that I want to do and manifesting that vision, because thought plus conviction equals manifestation. Okay, I'll say it again. Thought plus conviction equals manifestation. So what that means is whatever you think about, whatever you focus on, whatever whatever drives you to materialize in whatever it is that you are thinking about the most, that is the thing that is going to manifest. And so I became dead set on that. And anything that was inconsistent with me achieving this goal, this vision that I have for my life, I just rejected it. I mean, people will come to me all the time with different opportunities, different business ventures, different ideas. And although they were good and although they were very profitable and although they made sense, it just did not fit my narrative. It did not fit what I wanted to do and the places that I wanted to go and the thing that I needed to do. See, with this second chance in life, it was all about me living my purpose. It wasn't about the acquisition of houses and cars and money and all those things, because let me share this, guys, with you. When I was in my coma, there was no need for cars. There was no need for houses. There was no need for money. None of those things had value to me because I was totally oblivious to it. It was as if it never even happened. It never mattered. So my focus became not necessarily on having, but just being, because we're human beings. We're not human havings. And we get so focused on, I got to grind, I got to make my money because I got to get this house, or I got to drive this type of car, or I need to have X amount of dollars in my bank account because that's what defines me. And for some people, that's how they live their life. But for me, as a person who had the houses and the cars and had success in the world of business and had money and things of that nature, to me, it wasn't really all about that. It was about manifesting my vision and maximizing the amount of time that I had. See, when I was on my deathbed, I didn't think about the houses. I didn't think about the cars. I didn't think about the money. All I wanted was time. I just wanted more time to be able to do the things that I wanted to do. Because everything that they were telling me up until that point was, well, your life is going to be changed. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that. And they were really trying to place all these self-limiting beliefs on me, all these limitations on what I could and couldn't do. And I'm trying to figure out, well, what type of existence am I going to have going forward? And then I just had to say to myself, I had to come to this realization that that's what you guys say. And that may be the case for you, but that's not going to be the case for me. And so I'm going to use this time right now and this 16 minutes that I was out, I was done, I was over. That was my reset button for me to get really focused on manifesting my dream. And so if it doesn't serve my vision, if it doesn't make me a better person, if it doesn't take me closer to my goal, if it doesn't serve me as a human being, then it simply just it will not involve me. See, there's a lot of things that's going to come at you. There's a lot of things that sound good, look good, smell good, but it may not necessarily be good for you. It may not necessarily serve your purpose. Just because this person may be over here making $1 million, $2 million over here, doing this and doing that. That is their vision. It's their season. This is what they're supposed to be doing, because you have to understand, no two journeys are the same. Your journey is your journey. Their journey is their journey. So if they're making $2 million selling cosmetics, or $2 million with their health and wellness, or whatever business that they're involved in, fantastic for them. But that may not necessarily be the pathway for you. But only you will be able to determine that based upon how clear you are with your vision. Here's what I know. When you get really clear on what it is that you really desire to do and all the things that you truly desire to manifest in your life, the universe will conspire to make you successful. You will start to attract the resources and the people and the things that you need to bring your vision to fruition. You don't have to go and chase people. You don't have to go look over here. You don't have to go look over there. All these things will just start to come to you. You're just like, oh my gosh, I was thinking about, I needed a venture capitalist because I have this idea to do X, Y, and Z. And guess what? Boom, a venture capitalist comes out of nowhere. You need somebody to help you with your marketing. Boom, Black CEO helps you with your marketing. I mean, it just happens. I mean, it's just crazy how these things happen. But also at the same time, you got to know there's another set of things coming at you. It's called WMD. No, I'm not talking about the weapons of mass destruction. I'm talking about the weapons of mass distraction, Oh, yes, it's going to come. See, man doesn't lose his way or he doesn't achieve his goals, not because he doesn't necessarily have the intelligence or the intestinal fortitude or the enthusiasm in his heart. He loses his way, dreams get deferred, he doesn't accomplish his goals in life because he gets distracted. And there's so many different distractions that come your way. The enemy of greatness is distraction. Distraction. So today we are distracted with so many different things, particularly, you have family distractions, you got social media distractions, and I don't even know why that's a distraction, because you have a choice. You can either participate in that or you don't have to participate in that. But it's the things that people allow into their mental space that does not serve them. See, the things about distractions sometimes, when you're not really focused, they look very tantalizing. Everything looks good. Everything looks fantastic. And it almost kind of tastes good in a twisted sort of kind of way. You're almost kind of like you want to engage in the nonsense. You want to engage in the foolishness. You want to engage in these things and the gossip, because it's so juicy and it tastes good, but it doesn't serve you. And meanwhile, your dream is deferred. Meanwhile, you're not productive. Meanwhile, your performance, it just declines. And you're getting further and further and further away from your dream. And next thing you know, you're 45 years old, 55 years old, 65 years old, and you're still in the same place, haven't gone anywhere, haven't done anything, looking back on your life and saying, my God, where did the time go? And you're trying to reinvent yourself at 55 years old. You're trying to reinvent yourself at 65 years old. Let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, or let me ask you this rather. How much time do you think you have to get this right? You don't have as much time as you think you do. See, I was 40 years old when I had sudden cardiac arrest, and I had been an athlete my whole life. I don't drink or smoke. I've never used any illegal drugs, but for some reason, I developed a weakened heart that led to me dying at age 40. I had no control over that. I had no idea when that was going to happen, but it happened. Tomorrow is not promised to you. Tomorrow is not promised to anybody. Every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year, it counts. It counts. The question is, what are you doing with your time? How are you maximizing your time? Are you going all in? Are you 100% dedicated, 100% focused on your dream? Not somebody else's dream. Not talking about this person or that person. Not talking about all these people that's in social media. Hey, did you hear about what this person said about this person? Listen, the last time I checked on this guy, he made $100 million throwing the football. I don't have $100 million in my bank account. Why do I care about what this football player says or is doing or what he's going through? When I have my own dream to focus on, he's living his dream. You watch him tell his vision on television every Sunday, throwing that football. Meanwhile, what about your vision? What about you? And so for me, it becomes very easy. When things are presented to me, I ask myself a question. You could do the same. How does this serve me? How does this serve me? How is this going to take me to the next level? How is this conversation going to take me to the next level? How is this place that I'm about to go, how does this help me? If it doesn't help me, then simply don't get involved in it. There's a lot of people that you're going to have to disassociate from, a lot of things you're going to have to disconnect from. When you want to bridge the gap between where you are right now and where you desire to go, see that gap in between, that's called your journey. And on that journey, you're going to have to learn some new information, some new knowledge. You're going to have to learn some new skills and develop a new talent in order for you to get to this person, because you're not this person yet. You're here. You want to get here, but you're here. So you can't say, well, all right, well, I'm this guy. All I got to do is just focus on him and believe that I'm this guy. No, there's a lot more that you're going to have to do besides just focus and believe. You're going to have to act. Every day, you're going to have to take consistent action over time. Consistent action over time to become this individual. You are transforming yourself, your body. You're transforming your mind from this person to someone that you have yet to become. And guess what? It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. But here's what I'll tell you. It'll never happen for you if you continue to allow yourself to get distracted by things that don't support your vision or your dream. And distractions come in all shapes, colors, and sizes. Some of these distractions are cleverly disguised as your friends and relatives. And so you got to understand, you got to ask God to give you that spirit of discernment to know the difference between who's for you and who's not for you, who's on your team and who's not on your team, who supports you and who don't support you. You need to know that right up front, because it is that serious. So ladies and gentlemen, as I close, this is what it means. If it doesn't evolve you, if it doesn't serve your dream, if it doesn't help you evolve into a better person, if you're not becoming the absolute best version of you, then it should not involve you. There you have it. So if you would like to connect, if you would like to talk to me, I'll be more than happy to share with you, talk more with you. And you can reach me on www.succeedwithjd.com. Again, that's www.succeedwithjd.com. Have a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.